It ended on a cliffhanger. I just watched Loki. As you can imagine, this is SquishiVision. Having just watched Loki, I'm about to give my immediate thoughts on the episode without having had a chance to really delve into it deeply, look or scan through it. So this isn't going to be like a kind of. This is basically my immediate reactions, having literally just watched it. Um, okay, so the Kang reveal was expected, but like in a good way. In like the kind of way where we expected one division to go a certain way and it didn't go a certain way and we all felt frustrated and cheated. This was like, oh well, yes, Kang is here. Good, this is what we were expecting. And importantly, they never actually revealed he was Kang. I mean, we know he was Kang, but they didn't actually reveal it, which kind of actually worked in its favor. Like it's not like it treats like a big reveal that we couldn't tell. It was like, oh, you all know this is going to be Kang because you have that out of narrative knowledge of who Jonathan Majors is playing, and you've seen all the clues. You know it's Kang. We're not actually going to tell you it's Kang because that's reinstilling your intelligence. I like they did that. That was good. And it was okay. It was a good finale because it was suspenseful, and I wasn't entirely sure where they were going to go. The way Jonathan Majors played, I don't know. I'm not familiar with Kang from the comics, mainly because my knowledge, I don't actually read comics enough, and I couldn't afford comics. Most of my knowledge about comic book lore is secondhand, um, from reading like fan sites, and then a lot of my other knowledge about who the characters are from cartoon adaptations. And Kang, I don't think really featured heavily in a lot or any of those. Well, actually, that's a lie. I'm looking at his Wikipedia page now. He did feature in them. But not as a particularly notable character. Yeah. So I don't really know what Kang is like in the comics, but I wasn't expecting the portrayal that we got, and the portrayal we got, I think, was I can't tell. I can't tell if it was if it was whimsical enough to be unexpected and defy expectations, or if it was too whimsical and actually a bit silly. I can't tell, but God was Jonathan Majors trying to go for the Emmy. While we're on the topic, slightly unrelated, Don Cheadle's fantastic actor should not have been given an Emmy for a 98-second scene, whilst it's really bad me I don't know his name, but the actor who plays should have googled before. It's so embarrassing. Isaiah didn't get a Emmy. Just as a side. Anyhow, but yeah, God, did he like act the heck of that role? I think we were all feeling bewildered. It's like, yeah, and also, I think he owned really terrifying notion of having to face somebody. Maybe I relate because I relate to having to face a enemy who has the power of omniscience and feeling so powerless against it. Because in a D&D game I'm playing in, that's basically the enemy our characters are having to face, and it's terrifying. So I've kind of lived through a simulated version of that terror, so I think I can appreciate the whole kind of having to face someone who actually knows everything, who can predict your every move. And it's like, well, but also you've only got. But also, the interesting dilemma of this is you only have his word to go on. And interestingly, he didn't prove it, and he couldn't have possibly proved any of what he was saying, because we live in a universe where mind reading exists, and everyone was willing to accept that at the end of time. So it's it was great. The dilemma they set up of there's literally no way, absolutely no way we can tell if this dude is telling the truth. If he's telling the truth, then what can we do? uh, and it was a great conflict because it kind of splits the two characters. Like, and this was a conflict that was actually brilliantly set up in the first episode that Sylvie appears in. That Loki wanted to take over while Sylvie wanted to destroy it. And here we get both options presented, and both characters clearly. I mean, Loki claims he didn't want the throne, and he's, as far as I can tell, probably telling the truth. But Sylvie knows that's an ambition of Loki, and we know what Sylvie wants, and that creates a fantastic dilemma. That's like 101 brilliant storytelling right there. So that was great, and it was great. We could not tell if Wikipedia is insisting on calling him He Who Remains, and being coy over the fact that we claim it was Kang. I'm going to call him Kang. The fact that we didn't know, that it was Kang was like, oh, sorry, the fact that we didn't know how truthful Kang is being. We still don't know, although it seems to imply that he was telling the truth and Sylvie is incorrect. And I guess that's a logical way to go, because otherwise, well, I don't know. I don't know. It depends. It depends on because even Sylvie was like, well, if everyone should have free choice. And so this is kind of what was expected either way. So it's just unclear about if this is the worst option. No, the more thing about the Kang was like the right antagonist, and it's because thematically he created he created a like conflict that was needed between the two protagonists, and it created a massive schism and a massive conflict, and that's what you want in a resolution. It's just so frustrating that it ends in a cliffhanger, and I know it's because we've got a second season, but it's like now I gotta wait longer to kind of know what's going on because there's still so many questions. I suppose. I mean, I don't really think much is kind of resolved. And it's like, well, actually, is this going to tie straight into Loki season 2? Because apparently, Doctor Strange and in the I can't remember the name of that film, but Doctor Strange in the Madness, in the Multiverse of Madness, I think it's called. Um, it was tying from this. You can see how it would tie in from this. Like, we've established multiverse like quite solidly as a concept now. We can't go back on that, and it's gonna have to clearly tie in from that. So I might just feed into that. Um, I think my only criticism is it was drawn out too long, but maybe that's the point that it's going to be suspenseful, frustrating, and I kind of felt both the suspense and the frustration. These also, I think another complaint is what is with these series being very kind of blue and purple. Like a lot of the places I've been to have had this blue purple color theme. I don't understand why. It's kind of a common Marvel thing of tinting of having your sets like the mise en scène all blue. I don't really know or understand or agree. It's kind of monotonous in a very blue variant. Um, what else was I going to say? But yeah, I mean, the options that they were giving was like, yeah. I mean, the option, yeah, it was a good dilemma. Um, although the case was weird. I don't really want to delve too deep into that, but I was kind of hoping maybe wouldn't go that way, like set it up, but then like not go that way because it's weird. But they went there, so they went there. Everything else kind of took a back burner, but it was still kind of in there. So I love. I think Owen Wilson as Mobius is a fantastic actor, and he puts a lot of emotion into the role. He's a great co-star, for the series. Um, and then the kind of back and forth between him and Ravonna was great. Um, I like how the pen tied into it. That was cool. Um, but yeah, that was kind of them tying on that bit. It doesn't really play much into the show. Um, I'm trying to think what else about I want to say about this episode. I guess we just have to see. Oh, and then the thing at the end where they don't recognize Loki, and it's like, I don't know what that means. We can speculate right now, right here. Like, has Loki arrived in an alternate? Are there alternate TVAs now, or has something changed in his? Or has he gone to the alternate? Well, it's the same question. He's gone to the universe, or something? Or has the TVA like been rewritten? Like, yeah, that was a good plot twist to end on. I'm like, what does that mean? I need to know right now. And I was hoping for a post credit scene to offer another piece of clarity, or another clarity, just another tease, something for me to latch on to. Bit disappointing that the only post credit scene was basically just second season, which makes it kind of yeah, okay, fine. I already knew that. Where we're gonna go from here. So yeah. Gosh, I mean, yeah, no, that was really well done. But it's hard to really see if I feel if it's hard to tell if I feel fulfilled because it's ended like very cliffhanger, and so the full story hasn't been told. It's no different from if I ended mid season and didn't know where we were going. As a season, it's clearly set a lot of things up, and I'm hungry for more, which is always good. We just need them more. Just need them more. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm gonna go read a whole bunch of fan theories now. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you on Friday. Uh, yeah, I mean, it was a very simple episode, and it took its time spacing. So there's not much to delve into because you can consult it very easily. Um, but it did its job well. I don't think I have much to add on it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.